Hello, my dear friends. In this new series of learning Vedic astrology, this is my fifth video in the latest series. Earlier, I made many videos, about 15-16 videos on Vedic astrology, and you must see all those because a lot of information about planets and zodiac signs is given in those videos, which I may not repeat in this new series. Now today's video is in this new series is the fifth video. Okay, and today let us learn about how the signs in a birth chart, ascendant sign and other signs are decided, and also the main topic today is understanding the dashas, planetary periods, Mahadasha, Antardasha. So it is going to be very interesting. Now first of all, in a birth chart you may be wondering how the signs are decided. If you see a birth chart generated by computer or made by an expert manually, then you find that there are numbers in each houses which represent the zodiac signs. How these signs are decided, which sign will go where. See, this is the ascendant, first house, Lagan, and the signs are decided. First of all, sign is decided for this house, and depending on this, then anti-clockwise all the signs come in sequence from 1 to 12, right? Now see, the zodiac, we talk about zodiac is a sort of imaginary belt in space around Earth, over which all the 12 signs lie. And signs are nothing but groups of certain stars, star formations, right? So the zodiac, which is 360 degree, it is round, so it is 360 degree in total circumference, 360 degree, and there are 12 zodiac signs, right? So 360 divided by 12 becomes 30 degrees. So each sign is of 30 degrees duration, right? Now, as you may be knowing, that our Earth revolves around its own axis once every 24 hours from west to east. The Earth revolves on its own axis from west to east. So in the eastern horizon, each sign keeps rising, and since there are 12 signs and it takes 24 hours for a full round, so 24 divided by 12 gives you 2 hours. So each sign takes about 2 hours to rise fully in the eastern horizon. So at the time of your birth, which sign was rising in the eastern horizon? That becomes your ascendant sign. Suppose when you were born, any sign, Capricorn, number 10, it was rising in the eastern horizon at the time of your birth, right? So you write here 10, Capricorn. Then write the other signs in sequence anti-clockwise. In the second house, 11, Aquarius, third house, Pisces, and so on. So this becomes your birth chart with all the signs placed in the houses, right? Then what about the planets? See, all the 9 planets, they keep moving in their respective orbits around the Earth all the time. They are orbiting. So at the time of your birth, which planet was in which sign, right? So that planet will be posted in the respective signs. Suppose Sun was in at that time Sun was in Pisces, so Sun will be placed here. So on, all the planets, all the 9 planets, right? So that becomes your birth chart. Now, my dear friends, let us talk about the dashas, periods, planetary periods. See, all the astrological indications which are indicated in your birth chart, they fructify or give results during the periods of relevant planets. Now, if it is related to, say, 10th house, and Libra is a sign placed in this house, then the significations regarding the 10th house. Now, 10th house, as I told you, relates to your actions, relates to your profession, right? It's the main house of profession. So anything related to your profession will give results when the dasha, main period of Venus, number 7 sign is governed by Venus. Taurus as well as Libra are governed by Venus, right? Now there are 9 planets, and see, the dashas or periods of planets, they start from your birth and then they move on in a certain cycle. In Vedic astrology, there are many dasha systems, many systems of planetary periods, but the most prominent and widely followed, and I find very accurate, is the Vimshotri dasha system. Vimshotri, right? So we will be following that in our videos. Now, according to Vimshotri dasha system, the planets have so many years of main period called Mahadasha. So main period is Mahadasha for each planet. Sun has a Mahadasha of 6 years, Moon has that of 10 years, and so on. Longest is for Venus, 20 years. Now suppose in your birth chart you may be thinking, if any of these planets is badly placed, is not favorable, then are you going to have bad time for this long time? No, it is not so, because within that period of Mahadasha, there are Antardashas, sub periods of all the 9 planets, and they are for shorter periods. So many planets will be favorable. So you will have ups and downs throughout the main dasha, right? Good periods, bad periods. That is what is life all about. Now, if it is the main Mahadasha of Sun, then the first Antardasha is also of the same planet Sun, then rest of it. So in my next video, when we will analyze a birth chart, real life birth chart of some person, so I will place here a table taken from the computer generated horoscope of that person, so you will know the dasha and antardashas for that person, right? Now how dashas are decided? See, at the time of your birth, moon, the longitude of moon, degrees, minutes, seconds, longitude of moon decides which nakshatra it was falling in. The moon, depending upon its degrees or longitude, concludes in which nakshatra it was falling, moon, and from that the lord of that nakshatra is the Mahadasha planet. So Mahadasha of that planet will begin at your birth. Suppose moon was falling at that time, at the time of your birth, in nakshatra of moon, then moon will be the first Mahadasha, but not full complete year, because some part of it, depending upon the longitude of moon in your birth chart, some part of that dasha might have passed before your birth. So the balance is calculated, and then after that there will be full periods, Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, so on, in this sequence. I hope now you understand how the dashas and antardashas are decided. There is further subdivision as well, you may find in books. Pratyantar dasha, sub period, but we are not going into that. That is too much, going too much in detail because normally the birth time is not so accurate. So why pinpoint things so minutely, right? So we will stick to only Mahadasha and Antardasha, main period and sub period of the planets. So let us discuss a real life birth chart of a person, known person, in our next video. I hope you like this video. If you have any questions, you are most welcome for your comments as well, good as well as bad. I welcome all comments, but use sensible language. Filthy language I do not like, right? If you do not agree with me in anything, you can say so, but say in a gentle way. Okay, thank you for watching.